Maniac Manor from the Commodore 64. Stuck in my head.
Okay.
Ow! And it's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, and we're live.
I do like the thumbnail.
Like it? We identify as fruit.
Holy crap, she like
What?
hit the
She like what?
microphone or purred or...
Perv. Yep. I quit getting stuck in my coat.
So, how was your week?
All right, my week was craptastic.
Craptastic.
Back and forth. Well, let's see. Friday, not Friday. Uh, oh, Jesus. Sunday, and Saturday, I overindulged.
Ah,
I gained 5 pounds in 2 days, but I lost a pound and a half since yesterday, so I'm
well, that's
processing it. And I think that ranch helped.
good. Right?
Yeah, like I said yesterday, it was. We're going into too much detail, but Houston, we have liftoff. I've been playing the Xbox, getting into my groove on it. My knee is killing me, but I'm still able to play. It's the squats that are kicking my
Yeah.
ass. Like before, it was my back that was hurting because it's been a long time since I've actually used my back muscles like
But
that.
but now it's
And
your...
so they were sore for about a week, but now it's the back of my knee. So I don't know if it's a muscle thing or if I'm just old and it's arthritis. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's a joint thing though. So
Oh, that's good that it's not a joint. Dang it, I thought his brush was right there on the floor.
I did really good on eating yesterday. So far today, I've done superb.
So,
You stop poking me.
even with what I just ate today, I'm
You're in
only
your
at...
croissant.
Yeah. I'm just under 2,000 calories.
Wow, I'm just over 1,000.
Um,
Go me.
my coffee alone is like 400 fucking calories. Let's see.
Yeah, see, my breakfast is only like this morning was only 237. That was the dark chocolate almond milk and my blueberry um, protein powder,
Okay, so my
which is fucking awesome, by the way.
yes, my breakfast alone is 430 calories.
That's that cup, your protein coffee, right?
Yeah.
How many carbs?
Uh, 7.
That's it. 7 carbs.
There's 4.
That's not bad at all. Hey Neil, how's it going?
Hi Neo. Yeah, 7. Not even.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Trying to. I'm gonna remove Bumble from my fucking phone. Every day at 7 o'clock when I go live, it decides I need attention. There's a full moon brewing, and
The crazies
some
are looking for, like,
looking for love. No
apparently.
time for love, Dr. Jones. I don't know. Bumble seems to have a higher class of women, but apparently I'm not that classy.
They're all bots.
Yeah, probably. I don't
But
know. I hear of people all the time finding love on dating apps. KDC didn't. Did you read any of that conversation we had on
no.
Discord?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for him.
So, I 3 things that I said were my goal from last week
Mhm.
is I was going to actually step on the scale, which I did, and I remembered why I was hiding from it. Um,
There you are.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's why I hadn't stepped on the scale. Uh, I was going to work on my water intake, which today I did good. The rest of the week, only so-so.
Yeah.
Um, then, let's And then what was my other? Oh, I was gonna try and be good on eating. Today was awesome until dinner. So,
See, my
I
dinner
tried.
was awesome. I had a serving of chicken wings and a serving of great value potato wedges that are crinkle cut. I've never seen
That's
crinkle
so.
cut
I
wedges
haven't
before.
either.
And they're not the seasoned wedges that I wanted, so when I bit into it, I was highly disappointed.
That sucks.
Like, God damn it, and I have a whole bag of them now. It'll take me weeks to go through them all.
So my dinner was a lot of calories.
Yeah. Are you counting your croissant with your dinner?
Yeah, and the biscone too.
Oh yeah, there was one of those left. I never got to try a single
I
one of
had
those.
saved them. I had saved it for you and saved it for you and saved it for you. There was one fucking left for you. I just
Yep,
ate it.
and the girls wiped them out.
I saved that
Ow.
last one for you until tonight, and I just fucking ate it.
Yep, see how you are. My dinner was 290 calories total.
My dinner before I ate the croissant and the was 424.
My lunch was only 380. I had wings and onion rings. I even weighed it out. I measured it all. My proper servings.
My lunch was only 227, and I ate a lot of food for lunch
Wow.
today.
My breakfast, though, was just 237. That was because it was all just a protein shake. I wasn't really feeling hungry this morning.
Yeah.
I just had a shake
And my
to top it
Fitbit
off.
hasn't updated, so my Fitness Pal is giving me negative 248 calories because it's saying I only did
Haven't
60
done
fucking
anything.
steps today. When I've actually done almost 7,000.
Oh, so that one day where your Fitbit, where you didn't do anything that day,
Uh-huh.
that was amazing.
It's
I've
telling
never
right
seen
now.
that
It's telling me
before.
negative 60.
So the app is telling you owe me
Or
calories.
yeah, it's telling me negative 245. And I'm like, no, bitch, I did shit today. But
Fitbit's
my
like,
Fitbit's
no,
having
you
trouble
didn't.
connecting to Fitbit. So,
What? I'm sorry that I put my
but
arm up. Jesus, you picky
how
bitch.
dare you? Um,
Get off my lap then.
but so I
Yep,
didn't.
chew on my microphone.
Oh, you did the opposite of your goal.
What was my goal?
You were gonna lose 5 pounds.
Oh yeah, and I gained 5 pounds. Well, I knew that. See, I
See,
foresaw
you
there
were
was a
you were
5 somewhere
five.
in there.
You were right with the 5 pounds. It was
Oh man, and I'm telling you, I am not the fat kid I used to be. I used
I
to like
can't
the 2 days that I overate. I used to be able to do that shit
every
in
day.
one day, but that Taco Bell was just the tip of an iceberg. And then I had something with ranch, and I think it was that ranch that really fucked
Yeah,
up my stomach.
that's what fucked up my stomach last night.
Yeah, so we couldn't figure out why the ranch was tasting
It
weird. I
tasted
just
gross.
thought,
Like
because there's a big difference between original and home style. I like home style ranch. My daughter loves the original stuff that's more liquidy. So when I'm eating it, I'll taste it, I'm like, yeah, it tastes weird, but maybe it's just because it's original, it's more liquidy, it just doesn't really taste right, whatever. Yeah, so I continue with my chicken wings. And pizza. Yeah, we used it with the pizza.
yep.
And so I look at the date today because Sam mentioned it yesterday that it didn't taste right and she got heartburn from it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll take a look at the date. So this morning I'm looking at it and I snapped her a picture of the date on it. Best used before May 3rd, 2022.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's in the trash. No wonder why everybody was feeling kind of sickly.
Right? Okay, so my Fitness Pal just updated it, and now I'm positive. Like it took away 241 instead
There
of
you
me owing it 245.
go.
It now
Hey,
subtracted 241.
so how many out are you in the green?
I'm still negative 60 calories because my calories are set for 1,500.
Ah,
So
yeah. Go for a walk outside. You can afford to get some chocolate-covered liquor.
Very true.
I did.
I wish Chris were here because I have my cupcakes for
Oh,
my
yeah.
demonstration, and Chris isn't here.
Hey, hold on. I'll send him a text. Yo. Let's see. Let me find Chris's number here. There it is.
I have visual aids. I bought cupcakes.
Hold on.
But,
Talk.
okay, I'm talking, sorry. But, I mean, so, while I am pretty disappointed in myself this week, I started thinking about how I've been eating and my lack of motivation to really do keto, and my more time, and I'm going to try and figure out how to get to the gym and stuff. And I started thinking, I wonder if I should just try again to keep track of my calories. And
For this week?
no, just in general.
In general?
Or if I should go back, or if I should really try to pull my head out of my ass and get on keto. Yeah.
Well, you know that keto works for you.
I know that keto works for me. It's the getting there that I'm struggling with.
And my house is full of keto foods.
I know.
Like, we have bags and bags of keto-specific snacks.
Good point.
Cookies,
Thank you.
chocolate.
That's what I needed. I just needed
almonds, nuts. I mean, we have like the entire top shelf of my kitchen is nothing but keto.
I just needed validation, I guess, into that's what yes, that is what I should do.
So I said him, yo, Sam bought a box of cupcakes for visual aid tonight. He writes back, lol, you guys are nuts.
Okay, so our topic. I have a feeling that it's going to end up with Mike and I arguing.
Oh, I don't know. I am more intelligent than my dad, I guess. Well, that's kind of rude. What I meant to say is that I know when to back down from an argument, especially like if you make some good points, then I will concede to that.
You're willing to
Dad
listen
never
and
concedes.
not just continue with your point. Like,
oh no, if somebody makes a better point, that's one of the big reasons why I'm gonna write a blog post about this. It's not that I'm always right; it's that I'm rarely wrong.
Hi, Chris.
What that means is that I don't ever speak about a topic unless I know something for a fact. And so they play this game where they try to prove me wrong all the time.
All the time.
And when they are able to do it,
goodness.
oh my God, it's a celebration.
Awesome. It's like major win.
But the reason why I'm rarely wrong is because I know when to learn something new, and I will add it to my repertoire. And that means that I will never be wrong about it again.
Exactly. Okay.
Unfortunately, that's also why I'm not very active on social media, because I just don't talk out my ass.
So, KDC
Smoker can wait.
asked us to talk about food neutrality.
Yeah, I should send him a thing on Discord. Yeah.
And
It's your topic, you ass.
when he first brought it up, there was a couple videos that I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Did you
Talk
watch
about-
the one
I didn't find the one.
the one from Mendelez? I have it embedded in the blog post for
Yeah.
now.
I didn't find that one. I did find the California school one that was special.
Is that the one where she's talking that black lady that's in it with the green shirt?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. She's actually works with Mendelez International, which oversees Oreo, Cadbury, Toblerone, and a slew of other not so healthy foods.
Right? So, what I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be just Mike and I going on a rant about something else. Okay, I'm prepared. So I did my research today because while I was at work, I didn't bother working because they didn't give me any assignments to actually work. So I did a lot of reading today. on food neutrality. Mike also did a lot of research and has a blog post. Well, I get back here tonight and I'm like, okay, I think I probably am not going to be ranting tonight. And he goes, oh, we must have read different stuff. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I'm ready for this. Who wants to talk about what food neutrality is first?
Go ahead.
Okay. I have an article pulled up.
I need a visual aid.
No.
Got your visual aid ready?
I do.
All right.
Okay. Oh, this isn't the fun one that had the good definition. Hold on.
The fun one.
I have.
I don't know what articles you read, but nothing I read was fun. There was only one article that was actually properly written from a doctor's point of view, and he actually agreed with me.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay.
The dietitian, though, is the one that I wanted to smack with a fish.
So, when I Google what is food neutrality, it says food neutrality is the understanding that no single food holds superior nutritional or moral value over one another. This idea often receives pushback in a world of diet culture, a system which advocates for food that change the body weight and such. Now, there's a couple lines in there that's where I initially started getting triggered.
Trigger warning.
Yep.
I'm gonna go off before I get my turn.
So, food neutrality talks about is that no single food holds superior nutritional bullshit, and bullshit. But I'll get to that. Or moral value. Now, I agree with the moral value of food.
See, I don't.
Because, but you do. Technically, you do.
No, the way they're going at it, though, is that morally there's no good and bad. But if you're looking at food from a moral perspective, you have a lot bigger mental problems than just eating. Maybe you should seek therapy. And I'm not trying to be funny on that. If you're looking at something and if somebody says, "Oh, that cupcake is bad," and that triggers you into eating a ton of cupcakes because you just can't handle body acceptance, then you should seek therapy.
Now,
that's
okay.
There's something else going on there.
This article, this is the one that I really actually liked a lot. It's it's Dance Nutrition. Okay, this lady, her whole article talks, and this is where I kind of share her view.
Hey, KDC.
I'm gonna read just a little portion of.
I need to teach you how to do screenshots, and you just threw it up on the screen.
Yeah.
You can throw it up on the screen.
Okay, so viewing foods as bad for health or performance invokes anxiety and guilt around food. This mindset leaves us as vulnerable to the all or nothing knee-jerk reaction that is often experienced when we eventually eat those previously deemed bad or unhealthy or empty calorie options. Just stop. And then the next paragraph, is, now, I'm not saying that all foods are equivalent from a nutritional perspective. Some foods are more nutrient dense and even performance enhancing than others. For example, a plate of broccoli is richer in nutrients than a plate of confectioner's candy. Food neutrality isn't about equalizing the nutrient density of various foods. It's about stripping the moral value from food in a way that removes the judgment, shame, stress, and guilt associated with those foods. Okay.
In other words, you need a safe space before you eat.
No, it has, okay.
Pretty damn much.
No, listen, you and I have talked about this a lot.
I'm listening.
So, I am supposed to be doing keto. Oh, I didn't switch back.
Can you leave a link in the chat for them so they can read that article?
This article? Yes.
No, what I was laughing at, what I was trying really hard not to like bust up, is a scene from South Park the movie.
Okay.
Now can we hear from somebody who's not a complete retard?
So, the thing is, best example...
I know, I wasn't just calling Sam retarded.
The best example I can give of this, and we've talked about this on the show many times, actually, if you break it down differently than looking at it as your trigger warning here of the food neutrality. I'm supposed to be doing keto. Okay?
Mhm.
I know that I'm supposed to be doing keto. And in my mindset of keto, all carbs are bad. I can't have bread. I can't have anything. Well, I have these fuck it days where I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to have a fucking sandwich, or I'm just going to go eat 2 croissants. And then I get really disappointed in myself. Because in this diet culture, and that's what she's talking, like in that's what this is about, those foods are bad. And they're not bad. I just shouldn't be having bread while I'm doing keto. That doesn't make croissants bad. It doesn't. But I get this whole mindset of I shouldn't have eaten those. That was bad. And then there's that negativity of self.
Loathing?
Yeah. Where it just is a spiral effect of going further and farther of, well, fuck it, I just ate some bread and...
But is it the terms that you use to define the food as being bad that's setting you off? Or is it the fact that you know that on keto you're not supposed to have a certain number of carbs and that's what you're getting upset over?
That is. But it
So
doesn't
the
make
terminology
carbs
doesn't matter.
bad.
No,
I mean,
in
it
fact,
kind
carbs
of does.
the human body needs carbs in order to survive.
Yeah. But when...
It's the sheer amount of carbs that causes the issue.
That is also my huge point about this. So, do I get to use my visual aids yet? Can I grab them?
This is your speech. Go ahead.
Okay.
Enjoy.
And I hate that it's a podcast, so nobody's going to get to see my visual aids, so I will also describe what I'm showing.
Except for on Anchor their video.
Okay.
So on Spotify they won't.
Mike and I talk about these cupcakes all the time. We ran up to Walmart. They're great value chocolate frosted cupcakes. Okay?
There's 12 in a pack.
There's 12 in a pack. We used to get the bigger pack from the big Walmart, though. I just thought about this.
Pack.
This seems small. It was in a
No,
white box.
That's the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the same size. 12
Chris,
pack.
show me the cupcakes. Okay. In this box right here, each individual cupcake is 200 calories. I'm going to open it. I wasn't going to.
Oh, don't eat it.
Oh God, no, I can't. So, this doesn't even fit in the palm of my hand. This little cupcake, 200 calories.
And how many carbs? Carbohydrates?
30, hold on, I gotta stick this back in the box. Okay. 35 grams of carbs.
How many sugars?
26 of that is sugars. 2 grams of protein.
Woo.
Hey, 2 grams of protein.
Let's be like that one chick that I read where she says, I can show off all the nutrients of all the healthy nutrients in any food. Try me. And all I can say is, okay, well, cupcakes have about 15% calcium.
Yeah, there's
right?
calcium. Yep.
What's the percentage on it?
15. Go you.
Yeah.
You just remember that from when you read it.
15% calcium. But, you know, it's okay to name off all the fucking nutrients, but what you're glossing over is the fact that it's loaded with fucking carbs that you're not going to burn.
So, this right here, this whole box, is 2,400 calories. Okay?
Yeah.
This is my girls who don't eat salad at all.
Is that that mix that you keep letting go bad in my fridge?
Yes, it is. This is a maple bourbon bacon chopped salad kit.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's fucking so good. Okay.
Love maple bourbon.
So it's got romaine lettuce, broccoli, red and savory cabbage, green onions, carrots, uncured smoky bacon, golden honey almonds, and a maple bourbon vinaigrette. Okay?
Ooh.
In this bag right here, I will share it. I will open it and share it all for lunch tomorrow. In this bag, there are 3.5 servings of 1 cup each. Typically for lunch, I eat a whole one because...
And like 1 cup doesn't really sound like a lot until you actually put it into a bowl.
Yeah.
But then you realize, wow, that's actually quite a bit more than I thought.
Especially because it's chopped salad.
Yeah.
Per serving, there's 10 grams of carbs. But to get the same amount of the cupcakes, you'd have to eat 2 bags. Do you know how much food that is? Like, I can't even finish a full bag of this when I take it and eat it for lunch. I will finish, and it's just the salad that I eat. I'll finish like 3/4 of the bag.
Well,
So
look at the baby spinach salads that we normally get from Costco, the big boxes.
yeah.
That's like half spinach and half lettuce and all that. 2 cups of that is 25 calories, and it is like stupid loaded with vitamins.
So I mean,
You add in about a serving of chicken, brings it up to a total of 125. And then if you want to be a little bit heavier, you can add a serving of cheese, which is 28 grams. That's actually quite a bit when you
oh yeah, it is.
weigh it out. And that takes it up to 235. 235. And this is 2 cups of salad. So a plate this big is overflowing. It is like way more food than I need during lunch.
Right.
I stopped doing 2 cups. I just couldn't eat it all.
So, KDC says, my question is negative emotions a necessary evil when dieting? I don't necessarily
No,
think it is. I don't
I don't
think you
have
should
any.
have any negative emotions. This is my biggest thing, which is why I was like, I think Mike would be behind a little bit of this, like the base
Well,
idea of what food neutrality is, because essentially it's encouraging people to do what your base diet is. Watch what the fuck you eat, how much you
no,
eat. And that's what people don't
it's
understand.
well, what I have the issue with is the terminology. It's the whole reason why you call good and bad things. And I read a couple of articles today that set me off, where when you start looking at food as it being bad, then you spiral out of control. And then my argument to that is, if that is triggering you, then you definitely need therapy. But um, I had a good point. Hold on, it's in my blog post. I should pull it up and read it. But the food itself doesn't give a rat's ass if it's good or bad. What I don't understand, what I hate is when they say, don't look at it as bad food, just food. Eat whatever you want, essentially, is what one person was saying. And I'm like, you can't do that because there is not, like, the nutritional value of a salad is way different than a cupcake.
Now, I did read the article about the lady who did the
Uh,
California schools
the
one.
one I read, she was a nutbag. So
Okay.
take that
The
with a grain of salt.
the one that I read about it talks about her whole purpose behind this idea is because diet culture tends to look down on poor people. Mike and I have actually talked about this. We actually ran into it. Because whatever you can afford to eat is sometimes all you can eat.
See, and well,
But,
we've also had the argument that I can prove to you that I can buy healthier shit without all the junk, without
okay,
capping my budget.
it's different
I'm
when you're
telling you,
buying for yourself
next
and buying
year,
for a family. I'm telling you, you
next
could
year
not
we'll
buy
do it.
food for the girls, healthy food for the girls, affordably.
I bet I could.
I bet you can't.
I bet I can.
I bet you can't.
Yeah, I bet I can. The problem is that they probably don't want to eat it, and that's where an issue comes. Is that just because you don't want to eat it doesn't mean it's not food.
I run into
Of
that with
course,
everybody all the time.
I was raised with you'll eat whatever's on your fucking plate, or you go hungry. There is no
But
get to pick and choose.
I can't tell you how many times, Mike, we've had $15
Well,
to
the
buy
thing is,
groceries. And
also keep in mind that when we were doing this, is when we didn't give a shit about our weight, and so like Hamburger Helper, yeah, I had like 2 bowls of that.
well,
That is a stupid amount of
so
calories.
what I'm saying is the lady,
Proper serving sizes would make a difference.
yes. Now, her whole point was the the one article and the lady that or had originally done this. Her whole point is diet culture looks down on poor people because sometimes you only have the money to buy things like that. And so looking at ramen as bad food, well, while it's not healthy by any means, sometimes ramen's all you can afford to eat. It's this is what we tell Ty all the time. It's not what you eat, it's how much you eat.
Yeah. Do you know
And
technically that a package of ramen is
Is two
actually two
servings?
servings.
Yes, I know. I was super disappointed when I read that the first time. I'm like, I've been eating a whole package of ramen my whole life. Like it was.
Fuck, at one point I was eating two.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the huge thing. And I think a lot of the people that are doing these videos and these TikToks and all this shit about the aren't adding in the, yeah, all foods are equal in the grand scheme of life, but they're not. Nutrition wise, I mean, that's what they're saying is you can eat ramen and still, yeah, you sure can if you're eating portion sizes and you're working your ass off to burn that shit off. And you're taking vitamins so you don't get fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, because again, we just talked about the nutritional value between ramen and, or between cupcakes and salad. I mean, 7 grams of sugar per serving.
That's
26.
probably just from the dressing.
Yeah. Oh no, because it's got the
Oh, it's got bacon in it though.
bacon.
Yeah.
There's more calcium in the cupcakes.
Well, that's because cupcakes are made with dairy
I
products.
know.
So it's going to have a higher calcium count. If there's milk products in your salad and it's in a package like that, worry.
Sometimes I get salads like this that are in a package that have individual packages of cheese. So
I was thinking more like milk.
I understand what you're thinking.
Pour a cup of milk in it.
But and
Now that it's at room
different
temperature.
between what's filling, because a serving of salad versus this cupcake, a serving of salad is going to fill me up, and my body is going to more efficiently use that energy than this one cupcake.
Well, it's not just energy. It's also all the different nutrients that go into it, like your immune system, bone density, how your internal organs work to begin with.
KDC has a very good point. It says, keep in mind that poor people might find it challenging to find healthier alternatives. Most poor neighborhoods have more McDonald's than Whole Foods. And
well, that's because Whole Foods is expensive. It's stupid expensive. It's bougie.
Yeah.
Go to fucking Walmart. Get the same shit for like half the price.
But
I like Whole Foods though.
I like Whole Foods. But I mean, think about the different areas that you can go to and the different things that are available.
I get all that. My issue is with the language that goes behind it.
I agree.
So my argument is, if I didn't view certain foods as bad, and just like, oh, it's food, whatever, you can get that in your get that mentality that you can eat whatever, and you'll still be at 300 plus pounds. If I didn't take the time to say, okay, Taco Bell is bad for me, flat out.
There's a difference. Okay, right there, what you just said.
Okay,
you
well,
don't
let me
think
reword
Taco
it.
Bell is bad. You think Taco Bell is bad for you.
Most people think Taco Bell is bad.
I like Taco Bell. Fuck off.
Taco Bell is bad, but it's my guilty pleasure. But if I didn't get that mentality behind it, I would still eat Taco Bell every day. The calling things good or bad isn't necessarily, it shouldn't be triggering. It should be nothing more than a way to classify foods, to make it simple so that people can understand what foods are good and bad for you. So like if you view Taco Bell as bad, you get that mentality in, well, that's a whole lot of carbs that you don't necessarily need. So with that in mind, you can start categorizing food as being healthy, unhealthy, good, bad, and not really... Too many people are internalizing that shit, and that's where I think that these people who do need therapy. I think there's far more going on with an eating disorder that they're not willing to address, and they're going to say, I need a safe space for my words.
It has a lot to do with eating disorders, and it's...
Not a single article I read today said anything about stress eating.
Yeah?
Chris and I are stress eaters. If I didn't view certain things as bad, I would still pig out at night, and I would still weigh 300 plus pounds. The difference is that when I do have a bad day, I don't treat myself like shit and spiral out of control. I think to myself, okay, well, there's always tomorrow. And
Yeah, I just
I try to get back on the horse and keep going because I don't believe in giving up. So that right there is a more healthy viewpoint to take than just say, oh, all foods are created equal, so I can eat whatever I want. And unfortunately, even though that's not the message they're trying to share,
yeah.
that's the
That's the
message that
message
a
that's
lot of these
going
fuckers
out
on
there.
TikTok are going out. Yeah. So you can't have that mentality.
Let's see. KDC says,
Calling something bad could be considered negative. I think negative emotions is necessary to abstain from eating things that are unhealthy. Yeah. It's like, okay, so here's a good point that I made in the blog post. According to the CDC, right now, 49% of the country is obese. 10% is severely obese. In 1990, the obesity rate was 12. 12% in 1990. So if all of these negative things were so bad, then that's what's driving people to overeat and shit. Why not in 1990? Could it be social media,
yes,
fitness influencers,
yes,
online bullying?
yes.
Unfortunately, there are too many variables to pinpoint exactly which one would be causing the issue.
You want to know a huge issue? Between
But if it was the
1990
language,
and now,
but if it was,
it's not
but if it was the language, if it was the language that was used to define the foods, then the rate in 1990 would be far higher.
Do you want to know the difference between 1990 and now?
The internet.
Yep. I mean, think
That's
about
my
it.
belief. There's no proof to prove it, but behind, like, there's, I think, I think the internet is a downfall of Western civilization.
Okay, think about this. In 1990, I was 10 years old. Do you know what I did with my life at 10 years old? I was never home. I was
no.
outside playing all
Yeah.
the time.
I was hiking through hills and mountains and.
What did Arabeth and Annika do at 10 years old?
I don't know. I was in LA.
You weren't.
No, they were. Well, Arabeth, they used to play in the yard with the dogs.
Barely.
But
What?
that, a big part of that though is because we didn't do much.
But my family didn't do much either. I was home by myself. We talk about Generation X being, Mom and I were actually talking about this morning, being latchkey kids and being unattended by our parents and all of this shit. I was super unattended by my parents. I would wake up on a Saturday morning and leave the fucking house, and I didn't come back until it was starting to get dark. I had to beat the streetlights home, and I mean, I was gone. I'd come home for lunch. I would
listen for your mom to yell.
Yeah. Our children
Dinner.
at 10 years old very rarely went Arabeth trying to get Annika to go to the park with her at that same age was a fight constantly in the house.
Yeah, part of that is because they were raised by a hermit.
But they were sitting around playing on their computers constantly. It's the same thing they do now. The exact same thing they do now, which is sit on their asses and play on their computers and play on the internet and do all that stuff, is what they were doing at 10. At 10 years old, I didn't have a fucking computer. I didn't know what a computer was.
I did. I had a Commodore 64.
Yeah. I mean,
Chris says at age 10, I was sitting and watching TV for hours at a time while plowing through half a box of Wheat Thins and Diet Right Cola. I haven't heard Diet Right Cola in fucking decades, man.
Maybe Tab.
A Tab? Yeah. I haven't seen a Tab in a long time. Do you make it?
Yes, they do. But you know what? I was skinny as a child because I was out and I was playing and I was moving around.
Well, that's part of it was one thing I brought up in the article was that everything nowadays is automated.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to get off your ass and do anything now. Like back when I was 10, I was my mom's remote.
Uh-huh.
Like whenever they needed the channel changed, I was the one who got up and walked over and pushed buttons. I was the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
I was the lawnmower. Like nowadays you can order food and have it DoorDash to you.
Yeah.
Like that I will never use. I'll never use DoorDash. but that's more out of principle than anything.
Well, we talked about that. But you're right. I mean, I think if you change the terminology instead of being good or bad, okay? One of the articles I read, she talked about the only thing that is truly bad for you are things that you're allergic to, things that are spoiled or rotten, and things that have a bunch of chemicals and bad. Like,
not necessarily, because like we pointed out, with all those carbs that are in that cupcake, if you decided to eat all that entire box, that is a stupid amount of carbs. If you're not active enough to burn off those carbs, then yes, that cupcake is damaging you.
but
So yeah,
that
it is
cupcake
bad.
itself is not bad. It's unhealthy. There's a huge difference. So if you
See,
change the wording,
not according to the one I read today, where she said she was complaining about good, bad, healthy, unhealthy.
no.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think is bullshit. I think that's bullshit, and that's what people hear. There's a difference between saying something is good and bad, or saying things are healthy and unhealthy, because things are. Again, we go back to the salad versus the cupcakes. Those cupcakes are fucking unhealthy. And having one on occasion is not detrimental to you unless
But
you're
hey,
diabetic or
there's calcium in it.
but
That's what a
that
twit.
doesn't make that cupcake itself bad. It just means it's unhealthy. It's not a healthy food choice. And I think that is perfectly acceptable to say. But
Well, but if you put it in that, like I said earlier, if you keep it in your mind that it is bad, then you know that there's a reason why you need to avoid it. For me, the way I view food is that I am perfectly fine with everything in moderation and portion sizes. I lost 80 pounds with that mentality. If I'm able to keep active enough to burn it all, then I can enjoy some of the cool things that are out there, like cupcakes or pizza.
now, and I think that in all honesty, the true basis of food neutrality before it blew up on TikTok and all the lady from Cadbury and decide to take this upon themselves, I think the whole idea of food neutrality is more along the way you look at diet wise. From the basic original stuff I was kind of looking through and reading today, it it's supposed to be a not looking at specific foods, good or bad, looking at your overall diet and things again in moderation, like you talk about all the time. And that's kind of how I was looking at it more. And I wish it were put out there better like that. But when you have companies that sell junk food pushing food neutrality and people are like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, that's not helpful for anything.
Kind of sounds a little self-serving.
Yeah, a lot self-serving.
Yeah.
Because yes, in your mind, and you don't like the terminology, but basically in your mind you do have food neutrality, because as long as you're having it in moderation, you can have whatever you want.
No, that's
And
not food neutrality.
nothing individually is good or bad. You can have whatever you want as long as you do it in moderation.
There are things that I
And
believe that are bad. But the difference is that I don't do the whole food neutrality bullshit. What it is that I have spent the last almost 10 years.
oh
Holy
gosh,
shit.
yeah.
I have spent the last 8 at least researching the shit out of myself and what I eat. So, yes, I can see good and bad and shit, but it's not going to make me feel bad to eat this bad shit because I know it needs to be done in order for me to burn that bad shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have. There's quite a bit of knowledge that goes into a proper diet, especially if you want to learn to keep yourself
Sustain
active
it
enough to
and
where,
yeah.
to sustain it. Like all these people want to do the fasting diet because you'll drop weight fast. My point is, are you able to fast for the next 10 years? Because if you don't, you're just going to put it back on if you don't learn anything. And I've spent the last 8 years learning everything I could about myself and what I've been eating, all the scientific crap that goes into it.
Well, okay, that goes back to what we were just talking about right before the podcast started. When I was like, maybe I'm just gonna watch like my calories and everything, and you told me that you You're like, but you have learned and you know that you do really well on keto. So
Yeah.
why would you not stick with that? Because you're too,
Yeah.
basically, because I'm too fucking lazy to stick with it. That's, Mike didn't tell me that. I put that on myself. Just throwing that
Oh
out
yeah.
there.
I've said worse.
Yeah. But, I mean, because I know that doing keto works for me,
Mhm.
because I've done all the experiments and I've learned from it, and people just aren't willing to put forth the work. They want that instant gratification. They want it to work. KDC says Michael acknowledges bad food exists, but he also doesn't let it bother him. He remains positive, knowing he will eventually burn the calories off, but most people aren't proactive like Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think is the biggest thing is that not everybody is a scientist. Not everybody's going to bother to look up all the nuances of health and fitness like I do. Mostly that what drives that is that, well, like the conversation we were having earlier today, is that I'm rarely wrong. There's a reason why I'm always right. Well, not necessarily I'm always right. I'm rarely wrong. Um, I research the shit out of anything that piques my interest, and I will learn every single thing about it that I possibly can. So that way, when a conversation like this does come up, I'm not talking out my ass. So um, I am proactive in learning all of that stuff, and not everybody is.
No.
And unfortunately, a lot of these people, a lot of these kids especially, will get on TikTok and watch all this stuff where they say that um, a donut is equal to a salad.
Which it's not.
Negative, good buddy. That's not how the body works.
No.
So the thing is that the reason why I'm comfortable with knowing that there's bad food is because I know how carbohydrates work. Um, the human body needs carbs to survive. Carbohydrates are turned into glucose, which then fuels your muscles, and glucose is one of the primary ingredients of what your brain needs to continue functioning. So, eating a box of cupcakes isn't going to turn you into Einstein, but your body's still going to use all that crap in order to keep itself going.
Except what it doesn't use, it's going to put on your ass.
It's going to, yeah. I mean, you're turning glucose into energy for your muscles, but anything that's not used is going to be stored like
I mean,
it's going to be stored like a battery in the form of fat.
literally, I should just take those cupcakes and just stick them on my ass. That'd probably be better that
A lot
way.
faster.
Because that's
You
what
wouldn't
would
enjoy
happen
the taste
to
of
those.
it better.
That's what, all that would happen with those if I ate
No,
them.
see, she's going to give them to me, but since I've been doing really good lately, if I don't have the calories to eat it throughout the day, then I don't get one. If I want that cupcake, then about 15 minutes in front of the Xbox is all I have to do. And I'll burn enough to eat a cupcake. And I'm okay with that.
We have matching shoulder friends.
Yep, brother and sister.
Dagger.
Were you land? Whatever. Anywho,
Anywho,
so
it just
it all boils down to I just don't like the way some of these experts use the terminology for it.
experts.
Yeah, there is good and bad food. I'm sorry.
And again,
Actually, I think in the blog post I put there is such a thing as healthy and unhealthy foods.
yes,
What that
I
was
prefer
aimed
that
towards,
terminology better.
well, what that was aimed towards is one of the articles I read was from a dietitian, and she's a twit,
Yeah.
and she's like bashing moderation, and saying that there is no such thing as healthy and unhealthy. I'm like, are you
What?
out of your damn mind? Oh
That's
yeah, you got to read this.
Oh my goodness, I don't want
You
it.
got to read it. It's full of grammatical errors, which already set me off before I even read the topic. But she's a twit, and all I could think is just ugh. Yes, there is a difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. And again, I find it perfectly acceptable to use the terms healthy and unhealthy food. I also don't think that food is bad. I think there's foods that you shouldn't eat because they're unhealthy, but I don't think that makes the food bad. I mean,
and
I've
that goes,
had bad food. I've had bad food, and it has nothing to do with how it's healthy or unhealthy. It has to do with I eat it and like, I think that's bad. That was really gross.
like that,
Or
like the ranch.
or like the ranch.
So
That
the ranch was bad.
that is what I associate with bad food.
It
I
gave
hear
me the
bad food,
shits.
and that's what I think about. Is stuff that like,
See, and I'm looking at Taco Bell. And I know it's bad, and yes, it is bad.
see, and I don't
It's
think
my
about it
guilty
being
pleasure.
bad. I think it being
Oh,
unhealthy, and you shouldn't have it. Like,
are you? Have you?
I like Taco
Look at the
Bell, okay?
nutritional. Look at the nutritional value of Taco Bell. You
Which
tell
is
me
why
it's
I
good
just
food.
it's good. It tastes yummy. It's awesome. I love it. It is
It's
super
still
fucking
bad.
unhealthy. It is
you
so
can still,
unhealthy.
you can still enjoy things that are bad though. That's my point. Is that I know Taco Bell is bad, but it's my
It's
guilty pleasure.
good.
It's one of my
It's
go-tos,
yummy. I
and I
love it.
know it's bad.
It's not bad. It's unhealthy.
3/4 of the country would disagree.
It's unhealthy. It's not bad. I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why people shouldn't like Taco Bell,
No,
but you know
it's
it's bad,
awful.
but I'll eat it.
Oh, jeez. Did we
There's
do a good
probably a
job?
reason why there's a burn mark in my asshole at the moment.
Did we do a good job covering this topic?
I don't know.
Do you have any other input or on food
Um,
neutrality?
yeah, it's. I think it is just a marketing ploy for people trying to make themselves feel good about body acceptance, which is another completely different topic I'll be
Oh,
covering
good.
in the
That
blog.
body acceptance is the one that
Body
will send us on a
acceptance.
rant.
No, body acceptance is different than body positivity.
But okay, yeah.
Body positivity is the one
This
that
sends
will
us
set
both
me
on a
off on a
fucking
rant.
rant.
Body acceptance, though, is more of the idea of being comfortable in who you are. And I even write this in the blog post where you should feel confident in the skin you're in.
Yes,
That does not mean that you are healthy.
exactly.
And there's a lot of things that, like I read the stat off to you earlier about obesity, that um, the rate of obesity is insane. And that leads to heart disease, high blood pressure, apnea. Um, there was one more, all of which are fatal, by the way.
Yes.
So when you sit there and try to blow smoke up your own ass to make yourself feel good about looking at food and saying it's not good or bad, then yeah, I have a problem.
Yes, I agree.
It's like you need a safe space for your eating habits.
Right.
Like I'm not. I didn't come from the everybody's a winner, everybody gets a trophy generation.
Me either.
So when you start doing crap like that, I just think to myself, God, you pansy ass.
Right?
Which is probably mean, but fuck it. I'm Generation X. I don't care.
It's just an
But
excuse for laziness.
yeah,
I mean, in
and
all honesty.
I can yeah. I know for a fact that I was lazy. I went up 300 plus pounds because I didn't do jack shit, and I ate like crap. I ate a lot of bad food,
We ate
and
a
it
lot of
damn near killed
unhealthy
me.
food.
It was bad.
I'm
It
straight up
almost killed
eating
me.
one of these cupcakes tonight. I'm
No,
doing it.
no.
I am.
I will straight up jack you in the jaw.
I'm eating one of
You
these
want me to
cupcakes
support your keto diet? Oh, I'll support it.
tonight. I'm eating a cupcake.
I will
And then
sock
I'm
you.
giving you the whole rest of the box.
Nope, you're not gonna have any.
I don't even like the
I
fucking
will.
cupcakes.
I
Why
will.
do I think I want one?
Yeah, I will bitch slap you until next Tuesday. Be
I
awfully
can't
silly
afford
if you
that.
lose your job because you can't wake
Right?
up.
Let's go with that too. Okay. So,
Anyway,
anyway.
now that I probably offended everybody,
Yeah, it's all good.
cupcake bad. That's a bad word. Oh, you know what?
What?
And I should have taken the side of George Carlin, the late great George Carlin. He's talking about the 7 words you never said in television. He also covered why, like words in general. And he goes off and says all these what people would view as racist words, but none of them in and of themselves are bad. Bad thoughts, bad intentions, and words. No word is bad in and of itself. So I guess technically
See?
food could be the
That's
same way.
that's what I was saying. No
But my
food
point
is
is,
bad in and of itself.
but my point is that when you look at food as being bad, you get that simplistic identification that helps you stay away from certain things.
But it doesn't. I just eat bad food and
It
then
does for
feel
me.
bad because I ate something bad, and then there's that negative, and then I'm mad at myself and sad at myself, and there's so much
Do you need an
inner.
emotional support animal?
Yeah, I might. He just left. He's not a very good emotional support animal, actually. He's fucking annoying.
I'm from a different generation. I think you guys are all
I
just
mean,
a bunch of pansy asses.
it's not that. It's not anything like that. Oh, good. Ashley sent me pictures of the concert. Sorry. The concert was tonight, and they didn't stream it, so I couldn't watch it.
Lame.
It's, again, it just more has to do with how you view stuff, and I like the term unhealthy. You like the term bad. We're saying the same fucking thing.
Yeah. But you know, like I said, my whole problem with the whole food neutrality thing is the way they say, is the way they try to differentiate bad.
Yeah.
And the few people that have taken it to the extreme are what set me off.
Oh,
Is
definitely.
like that one lady who says that moderation is not a good idea and that it doesn't work, and that there's no such thing as healthy and unhealthy. Like
That's
you're
bullshit.
full of
That,
shit.
like, no, that's bullshit.
That is the problem I have with it.
I agree with
But
that one.
if you want to look at food with a neutral frame of mind, because you have to, then you know whatever. My like I always preach is that the best diet plan that you can be on is the one that works for you.
Yes.
If that's what works for you to keep your shit going straight, then so be it. I who am I to say it's wrong? As long as you get something out of it, that's all that really matters. So
Exactly.
I can bitch and moan all I want, but I will still support someone's idea that if they want to do that, then so be it. As long as it works for them.
Yeah. Okay. What are we doing?
I will never do it, but
Let's wrap this up.
I'm gonna go have some bad food.
I'm gonna eat a fucking cupcake.
No, you're not.
Watch me, bitch.
I'm telling
right
you.
now.
Yeah. It'd be awfully funny for everybody to watch you get your ass handed to you.
I'd be laughing the whole fucking time.
I'd get up, walk down the hall, and beat you down.
I'd be shoving that
Good Las
cupcake
Vegas way.
in my face the whole time,
Over a
too.
fucking cupcake. Oh, I'd make a mess.
No, it's
chocolate
little.
and frosting
It's a
everywhere.
little cupcake. My mouth is really big. I can shove that bitch in there real quick.
Swallow it whole swallow it like a python, a big lump going down.
I could probably have that whole cupcake in my mouth before you're even out of your chair.
I will reach down your throat and I will rip it up. Anyway,
goal for this week.
goals for this week. I am going to continue with my Xbox stuff and watching my calorie intake like I have been. I've been doing really good. I burned off over a pound from yesterday, but you know, that was probably just, like I said, shitting out Taco Bell for the last 2 days.
And Bad Ranch.
And bad ranch. I think the ranch probably did more damage than anything, though. Like when we got that brand new ranch and I opened it up and tasted it, I'm like, oh yeah,
I did too. I was like, wait, I want to taste.
that's ranch.
That's what ranch tastes
That last one wasn't.
No.
I don't know what it was. White Castle is definitely bad. Right? And everybody's like, oh, they're all praising White Castle burgers. Last time I had White Castle burgers, I got sick to my stomach. So yeah, I would have to agree with KDC. White Castle is bad.
Okay, this week I'm going to keep tracking everything I eat. I'm going to try and make everything that I eat keto. No, don't go
Cupcake
with
isn't
that.
going to do that.
But I will track it, whether it was good, bad, healthy, unhealthy, doesn't matter. I will keep track of it this week. That's my goal. Is I want just to have 7 days, because I started today tracking my food. So 7 days next Tuesday of everything tracked.
Really?
I would like to continue trying to work on my water intake. one of the things I've learned is when I'm not drinking enough water, my left leg swells a little bit more than my right leg.
Oh, there you go.
And that's super bad, and I should probably get that checked out, but I'm just going to drink water because then it doesn't do it.
I think you should probably check out that big ass bruise you got. You probably busted something.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I broke something in my shin.
I'm like impressed you didn't get like a deep vein thrombosis and have a stroke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably broke something. It's still a hard spot. That was like back at the beginning of October, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay. Don't look at me like that. You're the one who doesn't go to doctors.
I have a reason. I have a viable reason. You don't.
I'm fine. I'll be fine.
And that she dies from a stroke.
If you,
No, that'd suck.
nope,
That'd leave me with all the kids.
you would be fine. They like you better anyway.
Oh, they don't. Nobody likes me better. My mom likes you more than she likes me.
Oh, okay. Anybody else have goals for this week?
Let's see. I'm going to try to lose the 5 pounds I kept wanting to do. If I keep on task, I should be able to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. I will also step
In
on
a
the
few
scale
weeks.
again. I don't like the scale. Me and the scale are not friends right now.
Yeah.
Because the scale tells me I'm fat, which is true, and I know I'm fat. I just don't need to know how fat I am. When the scale's
That's
like,
a bad scale.
when the scale's like, "Are you sure this is you?" And I'm like,
That's my favorite. It's when the scale says you message your phone. Are you sure this is you?
I like it when
Oopsies.
it's because I've lost enough weight that I'm like, "Yeah, it's me, woohoo!" This
But now
time,
when you go the opposite direction, the scale's like, holy shit, who is this?
yeah, are you sure? And I was like, "Yeah, that's my fat ass. It's me. I'm sure." Damn it.
Except.
But I do have to say, I'm still under 400 pounds, so I mean, there's that.
Yeah, there we go.
I haven't
It's like I've,
tipped over
even
that
though
mark,
I've-
so I'm still good.
even though I went from 213 to 245 since moving into this house, I'm not 300 pounds, so
So I mean,
that's, I
small
kept it
wins.
off. Yeah. Being able to keep it off. That's what happens when you learn your
Yes.
diet and not just do something because it's trendy.
Well, okay. I learned. I know why I put on that weight. The reason I didn't want to step on the scale is because I know how I've been eating. I know how that affects my body.
You're like, yep.
And I mean, I
You just
wasn't.
don't want to be reminded of it?
Yeah. When I stepped on the scale yesterday morning, I knew that I was going to be about, I don't know, 10 pounds heavier than last time I stepped on the scale. Guess what? Almost exactly 10 pounds. Because I know that I haven't been moving. I know that my feet hurt, my knees hurt, my hips hurt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, it's because you're a fat ass. Stop
Yeah.
eating so much shit.
Kitty C says that day I went out this morning was really nice, but I ordered waffles and $1 million bacon.
$1 million
Waffles and
bacon? I like bacon.
Well, like I said, though, as long as you're active, I have proven, well, to me anyway, from my physiology, that I could eat whatever the hell I want as long as it's
you
in
burn it.
moderation and as long as I'm active and can burn it.
Exactly.
I've proved it. I've proven that point several times over the years when I've actually done good for longer than 3 days.
3 days. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so if nobody else has any goals to share this week, we will be back next week. Thanks for joining us. You can catch this live on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on YouTube, on our Crossing Colorado YouTube. You can catch us on Anchor and Spotify.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that it?
Yeah, at the moment. I was going to sign up for Google. Google has a podcast deal.
Oh. Thanks for joining us, and we appreciate it, and we will talk to everybody next week.
Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one. Let's try and, accomplish some goals.
Go Team Super Cool.
Go Team Super Cool.